Look it, we made it. Big checks, I like to flex. Got a brand new Mercedes. I Louis the chest, this ain't no guess. I'm dripping this wavy. You want the hook, you want the feature, you gotta pay me. We grind on the daily. Just look it, we made it. Big checks, I like to flex. Got a brand new Mercedes. I Louis the chest, this ain't no guess. I'm dripping this wavy. You want the hook, you want the feature, you gotta pay me. We grind on the daily. Just look it, we made it. My drip is a masterpiece, I'm like water.
So you're now watching Sold in 60, the one and only timeshare podcast in the world. And today, I flew all the way down to give the flowers to the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT himself, Mr. Fess, Karim Fess.
What's up, Rich?
Say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody? How you?
Listen. It's an honor.
Likewise.
To sit amongst you. So many times we refer to you on the show and people go crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like legend status. And so you are a legend and I brag about you all the time. But I guess now people can see you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now they can put a face to a name. So do me a favor. I want you to take me back in time.
Yeah.
We're going to take me back in time to how you even got into business.
Yeah.
Because you are just... you have a story to tell.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
You know what I'm saying? Because someone is watching right now, they want to get into business, they don't know what to do or if they'll survive, and you've trained and taught so many people and made so many people successful. How did you even come across that?
All right, so I'll start. I was working in my dad's video store, and someone came in one day and said, "Hey, every time I come in for one video, I end up leaving with 5." I said, "So you should come do what I do." I said, "What do you do?" They said, "I sell timeshare. People come in, they already got one property. Our job is to sell them more." I said, "Okay, if you feel it's that easy, like if I could do this." They said, "If you could do this, you could do that." And that's how I got the link into wanting to come into timeshare. Yeah. How I found Westgate was when we were moving up in 1996 to Orlando. My father and we stayed at Westgate in the Triple G building for a couple months while we were getting a place. And we stayed there. And I always see the cars coming out of there. And I was, at that time, just a young 18-year-old kid. And I would be like, wow, everyone's got nice cars over here. What's going on? So then when this opportunity came around in 2000, I said, okay, I'll do it. When I told my dad that, hey, I'm gonna start working somewhere else and not be in the business, I was kind of hurt. I was feeling bad for him.
Right.
Because I thought he would want us to kind of carry the legacy and start to take over the businesses and all that good stuff. So that's how I got into timeshare. After I got my first commission check, I said, "Dad, I'm going to be doing this full time." And my dad said the most important thing that anyone ever said to me was, "I want you to push yourself as much as you can. I want you to make your own. Do it." And when he said that, it was just like a green light to me that I could go and try and okay, you're flying on your own. Yeah. You're out of the nest. So that's what I did. That's when I met your parents. And your pops was one of the first people that gave me, some good advice about, hey, this is what's going on. And your dad told me, I remember in early 2002, he says, you're changing us. I said, what do you mean? He says, you're always busy, always active. You're always running. Mm-hmm. He says, we're all like relaxed people, and you're just going and you don't stop. He says, we like that energy and we need that new blood and we need that freshness. So, and then someone said, you don't speak but one language, because I only speak, English. And they're like, oh, other people speak Spanish and English. You probably won't get the chance to be number one. Look at you, you're this, you're young, you're. They placed all this, the odds against me. My first goal was on my locker at Westgate when we used to be in the old clubhouse. On my locker, I put up a picture of a Porsche. And people said to me that you probably won't even be here 3 months from now. Why are you wasting your time? I said, all right. And those things motivated me. Put a little chip on my shoulder. Mm-hmm. I said, all right, let me try and let me do my thing. And the rest is history. 2002, sales rep of the year. We was number one. We had so many great people with us. That taught me or worked with me, worked under me eventually. And that competition, all of us that grew together, 25 5 years later, we're still strong, very strong together. So that's what it was. And what motivated me was, I learned one of my professors when I was in school. He says, don't focus on selling people. Focus on helping people. When you focus on helping people, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Simple as that. So when I got the opportunity where I was asked, hey, why should I make you a manager? I said, why wouldn't you make me a manager? She said, they said to me, who's going to work with you? I said, who wouldn't want to work with me? So that was the start. And when the opportunity came, and I ran with it. And everyone that came on board, they felt the energy. We mastered what was timeshare back then, and we took it to another level. Simple.
You definitely did.
Yeah, simple as that. And then, you gotta, what people feed into you, you have to feed into them, to the next one that's gonna come in line. Yeah. And I was never the one that always wanted to hold people back. I wanted everyone that was working with me to be on the same level or better. And God bless, I was fortunate and have been fortunate. And even today, on another side of the world, where I'm doing the same. And I that's very important to me.
We definitely want to hear about that too, Because, so speaking of that, because T.O. was being a manager, and you helped many people, and there was a thing back in the day that like a person wouldn't want to work with you unless you survived a certain amount of time. Was that a thing, or did you take any rep?
No, anybody that wanted to work hard, because I was taught by people in a very tough way, which was very good for me because maybe I needed that discipline, that structure to understand the process of sales, especially where we worked at and I worked at, and to be able to get the next person to be able to see it. I was pretty rigid, but at the same time very flexible. Yeah. We learned to dance, really. That dance that we talk about, our dance was very, very strong. And the people that I was fortunate enough that chose to work with me, man, they helped me a lot, I helped them a lot. I add value and they added value. They did their things, and a lot of them got to a point where I didn't even need to do anything because they could do it all.
Correct.
And some big names in big companies today, not just one across the city of Orlando and across the nation, and now across the world.
Fact.
So that's what it was.
I can say I was one of them that got to work with you, and I didn't feel worthy. I was new and didn't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget, my first deal was with you. My first deal, lady says, I'm trying to get a commitment out of her. She said, Rich, I can't do it. I only do it if it's free. I had no commitment. I said, well, let's see if we can find free. Brought you to the table. We showed how to save the money on every other year. She had a fixed week. It ended up being the same money she was going to spend anyway. She said, it's free. Just like you did it. I said, I told you I would.
That's it.
You're a beast, brother.
We opened up eyes, right? And we did it not just for them, we did it for us. Yeah. And the more ways we could be creative, we got better at what we did.
Facts. And I could say one more thing is third-party stories. I think you're the king of third-party stories.
Yeah.
On the fly. How did you master those? How did you...
I feel it was just by going to learning what others had taught me prior. And I'll give credit to, there's a few that really, really molded me when it came to that, and just learning. And it was just like making it relate to the person that's sitting across from you. It was easy because every week we meet people. It was easy to make up names because names were there. Yeah. I'm feeding them. We would have our weekly list of all the clients to follow up with. Oh, they're staying in this unit. All right, call them up. Okay, cool. So I would use those names, those cities where they're from. I really into sports, so I connected with a lot of people because of sports, areas, locations. I was fortunate enough that I traveled a lot in the States as well. I traveled to different cities. I traveled to different states. I learned people were this way here. So learning to adapt. Then you talk to someone that's a professional to someone that's got a blue collar job.
Correct.
Yeah. So learning how to relate. And then we live in Orlando, Florida. The greatest storyteller of all time is Walt Disney. No matter what anyone says and has their perceptions about this, that, the other, people pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to start here, to go see this story, to go to the next story, to the next story, to the next story, next story, right? And people have been going there 50, 60 years plus now, right? Well, what is it, 1971 to what, 53, 54 years? Right? People have been going there for that many years. I have stories with my children when I remember taking my son to SeaWorld when he was 2 weeks old. Oh yeah, he's going to enjoy the whales and all that good stuff. That boy could only see lights. That's all he could see. But I was so excited about those memories are stuck with me.
Right.
Those are stories, real stories. And when you connect with people, don't tell people what to do. No one likes to be told what to do, but people love to hear what other people did, how they did what they did, why they did what they did, and then you ask them, what would you do?
Right.
And they're going to tell you what?
Exactly.
If your stories make an impact, they're going to tell you, I do the same.
Exactly.
And when they say that, all right, how would you like to pay for this today? That's it. That's the spot.
I love it, man. That's what's up. That's a jewel. So write that down if y'all didn't get that one. Third party stories for sure. Man, Fess, I appreciate you. So now you took the same knowledge and skills. You're on a whole nother level right now, right? Tell us about what we got going on now here in Dubai.
All right, cool. So I came to Dubai in 2019. I got hired by the second largest real estate developer in the city of Dubai itself. And now they're across 13 countries. We're in the US. We got a project coming in Miami. We've got a joint venture coming in Toronto. We're in London, England. We have the only Versace design tower in all of Europe and UK. It's ready to move in London. We're in Lebanon. We're in Jordan. We're in Saudi. We're in Qatar. We're in Oman. We're in Iraq. We bought an island in the Maldives that Mandarin Oriental is going to be managing it, the resort, and obviously Dubai, UAE, we have Ras Al Khaimah and Abu Dhabi, as well as our two sister cities where we have projects. But most of our projects are here. We've already delivered over 48,000 properties. The name of the company is DAMAC. DAMAC is owned by the wealthiest Emirati, the UAE national, wealthiest UAE national outside of the royal family. He's the third wealthiest Arab in the world.
Wow.
So getting to work at where I worked at in Westgate, working with David, Mr. Sajwani over here, Hussein, I say this is the gate of Dubai.
Fact.
Yeah. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, and real estate, obviously in Dubai, if anyone keeps up with what's going on in the world, Dubai is the safest place in the world. Not just physical safety, because physical safety, there is absolutely no concerns. We will leave our phones on tables while we're at a buffet, walk around, and you have no concerns of someone taking it. You can walk around with $5,000 cash in your pocket, and you're not worried about someone coming up to you and taking that or trying to rob you. You can wear a nice watch. You can wear, or a timepiece, sorry, to be very explicit. Yeah, you can wear a nice timepiece and not going to be worried about that someone's going to snatch it from you. This is Dubai. Dubai safety is supreme. Quality, luxury. This is Dubai. Every time you hear about Dubai, the best of the best of the best. And if it's not the best today, tomorrow it'll be even better. And every day it's improving. This is the city of Dubai itself. It's clean, safe. East meets west, so you've got a nice culture vibe that's going on over here. People say that, there's not a lot of culture. There is a lot of culture. It's actually more culture than you could possibly imagine. It's a melting pot. 200 different nationals live in the city of Dubai itself currently. Then there's no taxation on income, right? So personal income, there's no taxes. Rental income, there's no taxes. There's no property tax. There's no capital gains tax. There's no inheritance tax here in Dubai, in the UAE. So it makes a very nice place for people to come invest. So that's why people are investing in Dubai. Population growth, during COVID, we were at 2.2 million people. Now we're at 4 million people. Why? Because you could previously only stay here pretty much on a 2-year work contract, a work visa, and then you would have to renew it. Now that you're giving people the opportunity where you invest $550,000 and you could stay here for on 10-year resident visa, and then you could renew that as long as you own property.
Nice.
So that's allowing people to see that, hey, instead of me living in this particular country where I face these issues, I could be here, my children can go to school in a clean place. I don't have to worry about no school shootings. I don't have to worry about, something happened to my wife or daughter. All those preconceived notions in many places throughout the world, they are gone here. There is none of that here in the city of Dubai.
Nice.
The only thing you got to do is you got to respect the law. You got to work hard. You got to make money. And if you're doing that, you're going to live a very good life over here.
Now, you can open up business here, right?
Yes, you could open up a business. Absolutely no red tape. You spend $10,000 approximately, plus minus. You get your business license. You're ready to go.
Nice.
Corporate tax, only 9%. Very tax friendly, which is the reason why 72% of all the major brands in the world have their regional or international headquarters here in Dubai itself.
I think it's time to make a move.
Yeah, that's it.
So now my brokerage is now partnered with you to sell more properties for the people that's over there. They want to invest. Are you finding more investors or people relocating?
Both, depending on what their stage of life they're in. Some people are doing it because they want their children to be in this culture, this environment. They want to feel safety for them. Top education, top healthcare, top infrastructure, best airports in the world. What do you not have here, right?
Yeah.
Correct. You got all of that. Then some people are doing it because it's a retirement spot for them. We'll live a couple months home in the States, but at the same, because our kids are growing, they have their families starting off, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, we have a place where we can call home, where we have nice winters over here. The weather between November through March in the city of Dubai, there's no better place in the world almost. Absolutely not whatsoever. Everything is alive, it's open, it's fresh. Maybe June, July, and August are different, but the other months are amazing.
So it's good right now. And we're in, I don't know, what is this? Going in October?
Yeah, we're in end of September, beginning of October. Yes, so yeah, it's a little humid, but it's okay. We're from Florida. We can handle that. We can handle the humidity.
Facts. So if somebody wants to buy a property, obviously you're going to contact me.
Rich is the man. We already closed deals already. Link up with Rich. Rich will connect all of us together. We can do it. We can have chats or emails on WhatsApp, whichever way it is, Telegram. Let's go rock and roll, and we can show you the way.
Fess, you're the man.
All right,
the
Rich.
GOAT.
My man. Yes, sir.
Chocolate croissant. How you say croissant?
Croissant.
Croissant.
I Louis the chest, this ain't no guess, I'm dripping this wavy. You want the hook, you want the feature, you gotta pay me. We grind on the daily, just look it, we made it. Big checks, I like the flex, got a brand new Mercedes. I Louis the chest, this ain't no guess, I'm dripping this wavy. You want the hook, you want the feature, you gotta pay me. We grind on the daily, just look it, we made it. My drip is a masterpiece, I'm like water.